Hey everyone, this is Minister Jeff Sr. and I want to thank you so much for taking the time out and viewing this video. It's been a really long time since I've actually made any kind of video. I think it's been over a year now. A lot of change in my life since I've made the last video. You can view my previous videos that I've made over the years on YouTube at MinJeffSr on YouTube. It's MinJeffSr. I really feel like I'm getting back to me. I'm getting back to myself. The reason why I haven't made some videos lately is because I've had so much change happen in my life. I had my mother to pass. I've had a whole lot of different life situations that's caused me to just kind of stray away from the camera. But I'm really glad I'm getting back behind the camera. I want to be able to share and to speak on the things that I love the most, the things that I'm most passionate about, the things that really move me. And I'm really glad to be able to get back to those things. Sometimes you find yourself in a position in life where, you may be doing what you want to do, but you still aren't fulfilled. And that's where I found myself recently. I found myself in a position in my life where, I wasn't being fulfilled, even though I was doing exactly what I wanted to do. I have a job where I'm happy, or I have a career rather where I'm happy. I'm get paid a decent amount of money that I'm happy with. I have my family. I'm being able to provide for my family. I'm working in ministry extensively. I'm in a position where probably about 3 or 4 years ago, it's how I define success for me. Success for me was working in ministry, having a career, getting paid a decent amount of money, being able to support my family, having my family be happy and them being fulfilled. But and I've got that. That's what I have that right now. All of that, as when I was younger, I didn't see that as being a part. I saw that as something that was far out of reach because I didn't have that as a kid. When as a kid, I had my mom who didn't make a lot of money. My dad was not there, and so that I didn't see myself in a position where I am today, mainly because it wasn't something that that happened. Now my grandparents, they've been married for a long time, and I saw that as a model, and I saw that as a role of something that I wanted because they have been married for a long time and they built something together, and so I wanted that for myself, but I wanted it in a different way because I have with my belief system, with the way that I think, my thought processes, with my worldview, I just wanted it slightly different. But I received that and I got that, and God gave me what I wanted. He gave me what I deemed as success. But I found myself in a position where what I thought was success. I was happy with it, but I wasn't really fulfilled with what I had. And so things I began to go through the motions. I began to just live, and even though I was happy with what I had, it's just one of those things that you get in a place where what you thought was success for you, or you got a goal, you wanted to get from point A to point B, and by the grace of God, He allowed you to get from point A to point B, and now you're at point B. And what else do you do? What else do you do with yourself? Because for me, with the life that I had, seeing that I didn't grew up without my dad. I grew up with in a family that we aren't really close to each other. My siblings and I, we of course because of how we grew up, we live in the same city, but we don't. But we act like we live in different states. That's the type of growing up that I had, and so. You find yourself in a position where you're just going through the motions at some point because you've gotten to your point B, and it's like, what do I do now? What's the next step for me? Where do I go from here? And really getting what God, what you want God to give you, and really being able to put yourself in a position that you have never ever imagine yourself being. And a lot of people can't realize that because a lot of people grow up. Some people grow up a little better off than others. I wasn't, fortunate enough to be one of those people, but it's something that fueled me and motivated me to shoot towards, having stability. And that's what I want for my children. I try to give my children stability. That's why I choose to be married. I choose to, work a job, and I choose to, clock the hours that I clock. I choose to, go to church. I choose to do the things that I do. It's not something that I just, just say, hey, I just got to do it. I choose to do those things because I know that it's going to provide a certain quality of life for myself. I know that it's going to get me the results that I want out of life. But what's the next step, right? And that's why, I'm in a position where, I feel like I'm getting better. I feel like I'm getting back to myself. I feel like I'm getting back to me, the me who I was before, certain changes happened in my life. I'm getting back to, just being excited about, what's happening, getting excited about what's going on, getting excited about refocusing, rethinking about, what my goal is, what the end result is. I lost a lot of passion over the last couple of years. I lost a lot of desire for the things that I had a desire for. And I'm in a position right now where I feel like, man, I lost a lot over the past couple of years. I lost not just outside of myself, but I lost a lot within myself. That, a lot of things that really pushed me and really motivated me to go beyond what, I was doing. And, you can find yourself, again, like I said, you can find yourself in a position where you're doing the thing that you want to do. You're doing what you thought that, you probably couldn't do. And you're still not happy with it. You're still, not fulfilled in that. And that's where I found myself, because at some point I got to a place where I felt like I got the blessing, but then on the other end, I got so much loss and I got so much grief that I really couldn't enjoy the blessing. And that's where I found myself. And so even though I had the blessing, I had, I received what I felt that I wanted, and I felt like I really couldn't enjoy it because of, a lot of, situations that were going on, a lot of situations, a lot of change that's happened in my life. But I'm thankful to God. I'm thankful for refocusing me and helping me to really, get my mind back to what I really need to do and where I need to go. I know that this is not the end for me. I know that this is not, where God just wants me to be. I know He has greater. I know that He has promised. I was even in a position where in all my life I've known my calling. I've known what God has for me. And I found myself in a position where I even began to question, hey, is this really for me? Is this really what God has for me? And over the past, 2 years, I've been ministering a lot more than I have in the whole time that I've really been a minister. I've been, preaching like crazy, teaching Bible studies. I've been really, I've done, pretty much all the sacraments of the church, in these past couple of years or so. And I was happy with that. I'm fine with that. But now I feel like I'm getting back to myself, and I'm really excited about what God is doing for me and what He's going to continue to do. So y'all keep praying for me. Keep me focused. Keep focused, on God, and keep, lifting me up in prayer. And I'll do the exact same thing for y'all. God bless you. And always remember that God specializes. He specializes in pain. He specializes in hurt. He specializes in sickness. He specializes in anything that you need Him to do. God specializes in your situation. Thank you, and God bless.